those of you that don't know me, my name is Cheung. My friends call me Jax. My family calls me Jackie, and I am the eldest daughter of Anthony and Anna Cheung. My father, Cheung Tze-Wai, known as Anthony or Tony Cheung, was born on April 10, 1944, in Hong Kong, to Charles Yu Cheung and King Cheung. The second oldest of 10 children, he attended YN College and began medical studies at the University of Hong Kong. In 1967, he immigrated to the United States, earned a Bachelor of Science degree from Loyola University in Los Angeles, and reunited with my mom, Anna, who had grown up in the same Hong Kong neighborhood and also attended Loyola. My parents got married in 1977 and later had me and my sister Alice. My dad earned a master's degree in endocrinology and biochemistry and a PhD in physiology and cell biology from UCLA. Ultimately, he built a distinguished career in pathology. In 1982, our family moved to Sacramento so he could join the UC Davis School of Medicine as an assistant professor. He spent over 30 plus years at UC Davis, and by the time he retired, he became a full professor, step 6, and was vice chair of pathology at UC Davis. He had published over 200 papers and held roles in many institutions and universities. To the world, he was a respected professor, scientist, mentor, and teacher. To me, he was simply my dad. To be honest, when I was in elementary school, I really didn't know what my dad did for a living. True story, in first grade, during share time, my teacher, Miss Higgins, asked me what my dad did for a living, and I told her my dad was a taxi driver. He drove me and my sister back and forth, so it made sense. I knew my dad as the man who picked up me and my sister Allie from school every day and took us for shaved ice or yogurt at Honey Treat Yogurt in Lake Crest Village in Greenhaven. I knew him as the dad who truly could not say no, not to me, to my sister, or later to Roxy and Carissa when ice cream, shave ice, or BOGO were involved. Honestly, it was kind of a problem. My dad was strict, but he was a softie. He had a good heart. I remember when I was about 5 years old, I stood in front of a mirror with my sister Allison, and I taught Allie how to poke out her lip and make her eyes big when we asked Dad for ice cream. He was a very easy target. One memory stands out especially clearly. Roxy was about 7 years old. Carissa was 3. We were at my parents' house, and the girls asked for ice cream. I told them very clearly to wait until after dinner, and then stepped away to watch a Chinese drama on my phone. When I came back a few moments later, they were sitting on the couch. Each of them had 2 popsicles in hand. Dad, I said, I told them to wait until after dinner. He looked at me and smiled. They wanted it so much, so I just gave it to them. From personal experience, I knew exactly what had happened the second I left the room. Until the day he died, my dad could not say no when a little girl asked him for a sweet treat. My dad always seemed to have one eye watching me. I remember choosing to go to UC San Diego, frankly because I loved the campus and because I reasoned I would have the most amount of freedom. It was the furthest from home. What I didn't anticipate was that my dad's best friend, Uncle Peter, was a bioengineering professor at UCSD. Yeah. I definitely didn't think that one through. But it worked out because when my dad was in Sacramento, he sent his best friend to be there for me when my Volvo broke down, and it broke down a lot, or when my laptop needed fixing. Dad intentionally made sure his best friend could watch out for me. I even winded up living with Uncle Peter's daughter, Concordia, and then my sister, Allie, also chose to attend UC San Diego, so definitely didn't think that went through. My parents instilled in me and my sister, Allie, the value of education. They pushed us, supported us, and believed in us. To this day, I credit their foresight and sacrifice as the reason I've been able to support myself as a single mom. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I do see what you did there. Knowing my dad, last thing he would want is for any of us to be consumed with grief. He would want us to remember his zest for life and the way he lived it. He would want you to go out and have a shot of whiskey, or a glass of wine, or stuff your face with some prime rib or ribeye, or some seafood. We Cantonese people love seafood. He would want you to stop to help those in need, and always to seek to leave your community better than you found it. That is part of the legacy my dad has left me and has left all of us. When I think of my dad, I think of a man of integrity, a deeply social man, full of compassion, with a genuine desire to lift others up. From a young mother working in his lab, to a promising high school student or medical student, or my college bestie that I brought home one fateful Thanksgiving. My dad mentored people and got to know them with intention and purpose. He took the time to truly know them and to find out what was going on in their lives. Erin Estacio, Patricia Home, Michelle Cheung, Colleen Shen, Maxine Mack. Please know that you were among my dad's favorites. He talked about you guys all the time. And you added a lot of depth and meaning to his life. He was very proud of each of you and your accomplishments. Growing up, I always found it annoying when people said, "You're just like your dad." I assumed they meant physically. Because yes, I literally have my dad's eyes. My cousins and I were called Daigan, big eyes, in Cantonese. But now I understand. They actually weren't talking about how I look. They were talking about who I am. And while it has taken me 40-something years to get here, I can now say this with confidence and pride. I am proud to be my father's daughter. I am Jackie Cheung, daughter of Tony and Anna Cheung. And I have my father's eyes. On behalf of my family, thank you for being here today. Thank you for being a part of my dad's life and a part of mine. My dad's time on this earth has come to an end. However, standing beside my mom, my sister Allie, and my daughters Roxy and Carissa, the legacy that he leaves behind is very real. Each of us has the power to live with integrity and compassion, to lift up people in our village and our community in tangible ways, just as my dad did. With each truth and with each act of kindness, you honor my dad. Thank you.